Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. My name is Meredith Wolf. I'm going to lead you through an hour-long Vinyasa practice here from live. Just want a couple disclaimers. You might see some pets wandering through this shot at some point. Don't be alarmed. This is my cat. The dog might wander in here at some point. And I do have a playlist up on Spotify if you have any interest in checking it out. It's the last day of April, actually, believe it or not. So there is an April 2020 playlist up on my Spotify page. If you search Meredith Wolf with an E on the end of Wolf, you should be able to find me. And if not, just put on any quiet music that you like, anything peaceful, anything that makes you feel nice and mellow. You can search for meditation or instrumental music and find something really nice. And other than that, we're going to get started. Just make yourself comfortable on a rug or a yoga mat, not yogurt mat. And you might notice me wearing socks this evening. It might look a little goofy, but gives me some better traction in here on this old mat of mine. So we're going to start this evening in a comfortable cross-legged seat, or you might even come into a hero's pose, coming onto the shins, sitting onto the heels. If that's ever a little too much stress on the legs, you can bring a block or a pillow underneath you. It's just a different way to start out here. I want to find a nice upright position to begin, one way or the other. That comfortable seat or hero's pose. Maybe the palms come to rest face down on top of the knees, or maybe face up on the thighs if you're in that hero's. But wherever you are, you're focusing on rooting into the mat, sitting up nice and tall through the spine. You might inhale to roll the shoulders to the ears, and then exhale to let them melt all the way down the back. Just settling in here to a little bit of stillness, beginning to focus your attention to whatever room surrounds you, to whatever mat or rug or towel is beneath you, and just beginning to notice your body. Notice the breath as it flows in and out of the lungs. Notice any tension or soreness you might have today. Or maybe you're feeling really restless and you're ready to get moving. Whatever it is that you're feeling, just take notice of it. Take a few breaths in and out of the nose, lengthening every inhale and exhale. Deepening into that Ujjayi breathing. Really focusing on that breath will help you bring the attention to the practice. The more you can engage the breath, the more meditative the practice becomes. So if you can really focus on that, I know it's hard at home when you don't have other students around you to sort of feel and hear that breath, but it's an added challenge, an extra thing you can work on while you're at home practicing. Try to really hone in. Take one more inhale and exhale completely. And then we'll breathe in slowly together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one together. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe taking one more breath here in stillness. And then from here, we're going to crawl it out to a puppy pose. So if you're in heroes with me, you're just going to come forward, stacking the hips over the knees. And if you're coming out of that seated, cross-legged seat, you'll just come forward onto the knees. We're going to keep the hips stacked here. The balls of the feet can stay tucked. Hips are in line with the knees. And then you begin to crawl the fingertips forward, dropping the heart towards the mat. Now you have plenty of options here. Your chin may come down to the mat if you're really open through the neck and the shoulders, and you can begin to look forward. But for most, the forehead will rest, the heart will melt towards the floor, and you'll feel a nice openness across the shoulder blades and deep into the armpits. You can always pike onto the fingertips here, maybe bring the forehead down that way. Really, whatever feels nice in those shoulder sockets for you. We want to wake them up gently. Breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale and exhale. And then slowly beginning to crawl the hands back towards the knees. And from here, we're going to take a moment to come onto a seat. Bring the legs long in front of you on the mat. We're going to take a little twisted stretch here. So we're going to hit both sides right away. It doesn't really matter which one you start with. But for me, I'm going to keep the left leg long and take my right foot, step it outside the left thigh, just outside that left knee. Then I'll inhale my left arm to the sky. Exhale to bring that left elbow to that left knee and begin to twist towards the right edge of your mat. That right hand is nice and firm on the mat behind you. You can sort of press that hand into the mat, really I don't want to say lock out your right arm, but you can use that right arm to keep your spine stacked nice and tall here in the twist. Maybe even walking the gaze over the right shoulder. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Breathe in as you slowly unravel. Take the legs long, shake it out. And then we'll just switch from here. So for me, right leg stays long, toes flex towards the face. Then the left foot steps the outer edge of the right thigh. You'll take that left hand plant behind you and inhale the right arm up, and then exhale that right elbow to the left knee. Using that as a little leverage to twist through the rib cage. Gaze maybe spinning towards the left shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Just breathe in to unravel and shake out the heels. And then nothing fancy. We're just going to come back to the hands and knees, coming into a tabletop position. We'll find a few cat-cows here together. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a breath in to drop the belly, tilt the tailbone to the sky and look forward. Exhale to drop the head, tuck the tailbone and round through the spine. Deep breath in, belly drops, heart rolls open. And then exhale, let it go. Maybe two more on your own. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. One final stretch here before we move on. We're just gonna, you can take the right foot out. Sorry, I am on the right side. Take the right foot out to the side as a kickstand. And then on the inhale, you're gonna peel the left side of the body open into your version of a side plank. You can make it as juicy or mellow as you like. For me, I'm starting with that back foot, the left foot pressing into the mat. Working that outer edge of the left foot down will help stretch through the left side of that hip. And then that left arm floats overhead, really deepening the stretch, giving me just enough room here. Breathe in, breathe out. Take one more wherever you are. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in to take that left arm back to the sky. And then exhale to your tabletop. Rinse that with a cat-cow. Breathing in, belly drops. Exhale to round the spine. Then switching out, left foot kicks to the side as that support. And then inhale, peel that right edge open. Right arm reaches to the sky. That right foot might press down. Maybe you drape that arm overhead. Breathing in. Breathe out. One more, inhale and exhale. Breath in, right arm back to the sky. And then exhale back to that tabletop. A final cat-cow together, inhaling. And breathe out, let the head go. Come back to your neutral spine. Tuck the toes, plant the palms, lift the knees, and then take the hips to your downward facing dog. Taking a few moments to feel it out. Maybe pedaling those heels nice and slow, twisting side to side or wagging the tail. Anything that feels comfortable to settle in. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 2 more here. Maybe shake out the head, even weight in the palms, gentle bend in the knees. 1 more, breathe in and exhale. This breath in, rise to the toes, bend the knees. And then exhale to slowly find that fold at the top of the mat, toes together. Big breath into a halfway lift, palms come to the shins, shoulder blades roll towards the tailbone. Exhale, bending and folding back to the toes. Inhale, come all the way up, arms sweeping overhead. And then exhale, hands through the heart, opening by the side into that mountain pose. Just finding this Tadasana pose for this first sun salutation, taking a few moments to just root into the feet, feel the own weight and strength of your body on the mat. Feel how tall that spine stacks, roll the shoulder blades down the back, engage the legs, breathe in, and breathe out. Let it all go. Take 1 more here, inhale, and exhale. Breath in, arms sweep back to the sky, and then exhale, folding through center, all the way back to the toes. Inhaling, halfway lift, flat back. And then exhale, plant the palms, step it back to a high push-up. Setting it up through this first one, the big toes are touching. Heels reach towards the back of the room. Crown of the head stretches forward so that you're really lengthening the spine. And then you're nice and firm in those palms, hollowing through the armpits, filling the space across the shoulder blades. Take an inhale and exhale. Knees can drop at any time, but maybe stay for 1 more breath in and a breath out. This inhale, knees drop, toes lift. And then as you exhale, lower it to the belly. Palms plant the small of the waist. Take a breath into your baby cobra, heart lifts. And then exhale to lower down. This time we'll come up halfway, breathe in, keep a little bend in the elbows. Exhale slowly to the mat. Third and final inhale, come all the way up to your cobra. And then exhale, maybe pausing for a moment in your child's pose, taking the knees wide, or just heading straight to your downward facing dog. Either way, breathing in and breathing out. Another inhale and exhale. Take 1 more breath, maybe coming back into that downward dog if you already weren't. This time we'll rise on the breath in. Exhale to come to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Breath in to come all the way up. Palms might touch overhead. And then exhale to split the palms and swan dive to the toes. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling through a high to low push-up. Maybe the knees are down and the toes lifted. Breathing into cobra or up dog. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Deep inhale to rise. Exhale to come to the top of the mat. Breath in, halfway lift. Breath out to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Maybe add a little back bend if it feels nice. And then exhale all the way down, swan dive or fold. Breath in, halfway lift. And a breath out, chaturanga of your choosing. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Heart is opening either way. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale to the toes. Exhale to bend and come to the top. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out to fold. Inhaling to come up, root to rise, reach for it. And then exhale to swan dive or fold through center. Inhaling, halfway lift, belly is strong. Exhale through your high to low push-up. Breathing in, cobra or up dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Last two sun A's. Inhale to rise. Exhale to come to the top. Breath in, flat back. Breath out to fold. Inhale, come on up, reach for it. Exhale to come all the way to the toes. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low push-up. Anyway, feels good. Breathe in onto the top of the feet. And exhale, down dog. Last time through. Inhale to rise. Exhale to the top of the mat. Breath in. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Maybe try that back bend. Exhale to come all the way down. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, high to low push-up. Breathing in, heart opens. Breathing out, hips lift. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale here and a full exhale. Maybe shake the head, yes and no, wag the tail. Just feel free to move it out as necessary. Take another breath in and a deep exhale. This inhale, the right leg will lift to your three-legged dog. If you've got the room for it, you can straighten that right leg and peel the right hip open on top of the left. Or you might bend the right knee and do the same, rolling that hip open. But either way, you're making sure that the shoulders continue to square towards the mat. Oh, sorry. Thought I needed to switch places, and I don't. Sorry, guys. So continuing to square the shoulders towards the mat, right leg is lifted. Take another breath in and a deep breath out. Take a final inhale, squaring off that right hip. And then as you exhale, step it through to replace the right hand. You'll stay on the ball of the left foot and then breathe in and up to your crescent lunge. It's a nice high lunge. All 10 toes are pointing towards the front of the mat. And you can widen the stance as much as you need to here to maintain your balance. But we're not going to be here all that long. Arms lift up. Take a deep breath in. Full exhale. One more. Breathing in and out. Take a final inhale here. Maybe the hands coming to heart center. And then as you exhale, slowly drop the left knee to the mat. We'll take an inhale to lift the arms up. And then as you exhale, fold forward over that right leg, straightening it to your half split. So those right toes can either point towards the front of the mat or flick towards your face. You're staying stacked over that left knee, and you can fold forward as much as you'd like here. You could even tuck a block or a pillow under this right leg for support. But you're trying to keep that spine nice and long, crown of the head reaching towards the toes. Inhale, exhale, breath in, breath out. This inhale will slowly begin to rebend into that front knee. Plant the palms, tuck that back foot, and then inhale the right leg back to your three-legged dog. Exhale to plant that right foot with the left, downward facing dog.
One breath in and one breath out. This inhale, that left leg will peel up and open to your three-legged. Maybe bending that left knee and opening the hip. Maybe keeping the leg straight and doing the same. Really any variation that works for your body and the space that you're in. But continuing to press the chest back towards the right thigh. Right heel still sinking towards the mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly step that left foot through to the left hand. Staying on the ball of the back foot. Breathe in and up to your Crescent Lunge. Reaching the arms overhead. All 10 toes pointing forward, and that tailbone is gently tucking under you to protect the low back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Another inhale. And exhale. Final breath in. Hands can always come to heart center. And then exhale to slowly drop the right knee down. We'll take one more inhale to reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, it'll come down to frame the front foot. You'll straighten that front leg and find your half split. Toes either pointing towards the front of the mat or flicking towards the face. Don't be shy. Add support under that left leg. Should feel nice. Never pushing yourself to the point of pain. Breathe in and breathe out. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly re-bending into that left knee. Plant the palms, tuck the back toes. Inhale to take the left leg to the sky. And then exhale into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhaling, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through to your Crescent Lunge. Take a full breath in to lift the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, left knee drops to the mat. Full breath in, lift the arms high, maybe you look up. And then exhale to fold and straighten that right leg, half split. Take one inhale here. And one exhale. This inhale, re-bend into the front knee, plant the palms, tuck those back toes as you exhale to lift the knee, and then the breath in takes the right leg to the sky. Exhaling, downward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out. This inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale to step it through to that Crescent Lunge. Take the full breath in to come up, arms lifting, palms maybe touch. Exhale to heart center, right knee drops to the mat. Full breath in to reach, maybe look up. And then exhale to fold forward, straighten that left leg into the half split. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Slowly re-bending that left knee, plant the palms. Inhale, left leg to the sky. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more here. Inhale and exhale. This time we'll breathe in to take the right leg to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring that knee down the middle towards the nose for a crunch, rounding the spine. Inhale to take it high. Exhale, step it through. Plant the palm between the hands this time. Plant the foot between the hands this time. And then spin that back heel parallel and cartwheel the arms up to your warrior two. So setting it up, looking for heel to arch alignment. Heel of the right foot lines up with the arch of the left foot. Arms will reach long, and you'll bend into the right knee, making sure it's not going beyond the ankle, and gently opening it towards the outer edge of the right foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Relaxing through the shoulders, opening the hips towards that left side of your mat. Take another inhale, and exhale. Last one here. Breathe in and out. Flip that front palm. Inhale to reverse your warrior, staying bent into the right knee. And then exhale to stay here a moment. No weight on that back hand. Right arm is reaching high. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, that forearm will come down to the thigh. Left arm will reach to the sky for your side angle. No, plenty of options here. Maybe that left hand comes to the back right pocket for the half bind. Or maybe that left arm floats overhead, pinky spinning down, thumb towards the sky. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice and strong, equal weight in those feet. Inhale, exhale. The last one to stay here. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale to slowly reverse. If you'd like, you'll straighten that right leg as you do so, releasing that right hip. And then exhale to slowly cartwheel the arms to the right foot, framing that foot and then setting up the feet in the low lunge. So it's the same as that crescent lunge, just nice and low on the mat now with fingertips. So you're on the ball of the left foot, left hand plants on the mat, and you'll inhale to take the right arm to the sky for a twisted low lunge. Trying to keep that right hip in line with the mat rather than letting it jut out. You don't want to be wonky towards that left corner of the mat. You want to try to keep everything in line with center. You can always bring the left knee down. Might even give you a little bit more leverage to twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, right hand comes down. You can either step that right foot back to the left to find your chaturanga, or you can go straight to downward dog. Maybe inhaling through cobra or up dog, and then eventually we'll all meet in our down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more here. Inhale and exhale. This breath in. Left leg lifts to your version of three-legged dog. Exhale down the middle for a crunch, knee to the nose. Breath in to lift that leg high. And then exhale to step it through between the hands, finding that warrior two setup. So the right foot comes parallel with the back of the mat, just like it was in that early modified plank we found. And then left heel lines with the arch of that back foot. Arms will come long, or you can always bend at the elbows and turn the palms to the sky if your shoulders are a little burning. Bend into that knee, breathe in, breathe out. Equal weight in the feet, another inhale, and exhale. Last one, breathe and fill up, and let it go. This inhale will reverse, left hand to the sky. Exhale to stay here, nice and light on that back hand, deep in the front knee. Breathe it in. And then exhale, slowly bringing that left forearm to the thigh. Right arm reaches to the sky, and you can find any variation you choose. Maybe focusing for now on that top arm with a half bind, or floating the arm overhead. Different stretch in the shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Breathe in. And let it go. This inhale will reverse. Left arm to the sky, maybe straightening through the left leg. And then exhale, slowly cartwheeling to the mat, squaring it all off to that low lunge. So now on the ball of that back foot, all 10 toes pointing forward. That right hand will stay down inside the left foot. And then inhaling, it's the left arm that reaches to the sky. Keeping that right heel extending towards the back of the mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale. And then exhaling, left hand comes down. You can either make your way through a chaturanga or just take that left foot back to your downward facing dog. Breathing in breathing out. All of us meeting in our downward dogs. Take a full inhale and a deep exhale. One more right there. Breathe it in and breathe out. Moving on from here. Inhale to take that right leg to the sky. Exhale down the middle for the crunch, starting the same way. Breath in, take that right leg high, and then exhale to step it through for your warrior two. Cartwheel the arms up on the breath in. Exhale into the pose. Inhaling to reverse, right arm reaches up. And then exhaling into that side angle, forearm comes to thigh. Maybe you take it just a tad deeper. That right hand can always come down inside the right foot, keeping that twist through the rib cage. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in to reverse. Right arm comes to the sky. And then exhale to cartwheel it down to that low lunge on the mat, squaring everything off. Take an inhale to lift the right arm to the sky for your twist. And then as you exhale, slowly press out of the left hand and lift to a T-twist. So that left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. I'm going to turn around real quick so I'm facing you guys. You're still got all 10 toes pointing forward, right leg is in front. Left arm reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Much like that half Lord of the Fishes, that gaze can turn over the right shoulder, arms spread wide. Take a breath in and a breath out. If you'd like a little bit more here, right hand drops to the back of the left thigh, and you'll gently inhale the left arm up. Breathe in, breathe out. One more, inhale and exhale. If you dropped that right hand, bring it back to parallel. And then inhale, everyone slowly to center. As you exhale, bring the hands to the heart and step the left foot to meet the right in Utkatasana at the front of the mat. So big toes touch, heels are slightly apart, hips are sinking towards the heels. Maybe you lift the toes for an inhale and exhale. One more to stay. Breathing in and breathing out. From here, that weight comes into the left foot. Maybe the hands stay at heart center and you just focus on the legs. But you're going to take that right leg, staying bent in the left knee, cross that right leg over into your eagle legs. Then maybe you add right arm under the left elbow for the full eagle pose. Try to stack that spine, elbows lifting towards the chin. Breathe in, breathe out. Right toes can always be a kickstand for one more inhale and exhale. As you breathe in, see if you can slowly unravel, lifting that right knee, and then exhale all the way through to a fold at the top of the mat. Take a moment to pedal out those heels, or just shake the head, releasing a little tension. One breath in, and one breath out. Inhale to a halfway lift, and then exhale through a high to low push-up of your choosing, meeting in downward facing dog. I'm going to get a little drink of water, and maybe you do the same. All right. In our downward dog, we'll take a breath in and a breath out. One more here together. Inhale and exhale. This breath in, left leg lifts to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale down the middle for the crunch, knee to the nose. Breath in to lift that leg once again, and then exhale to step it through for your warrior 2 feet. Take that breath in to cartwheel the arms out into the legs. Inhale to reverse, left arm to the sky. Exhaling, forearm comes to the thigh,
Right arm reaches up. Maybe you take it a little deeper in some way. We've got 2 breaths in your side angle. Breath in, breath out. Another inhale and exhale. Slowly reverse on the breath in. Left arm comes to the sky. Maybe you straighten the leg. Exhale, cartwheeling down to that low lunge, squaring everything off. I'm going to twist myself around real quick. All 10 toes point forward. Right hand plants. Take a breath in to lift the left arm to the sky. And then as you exhale, press out of the right hand and lift to your T-twist. Left arm towards the back of the back of the mat. Right arm towards the front. Really stretching through those arms, spreading those fingertips nice and wide. Full breath in, full breath out. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you take that left hand to the back of the right thigh. Breathe in to reach the right arm up. Exhale. Another breath in and a breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly lift that left arm back to parallel. Breathe in to come back to center. As you exhale, hands to heart, step the right foot to meet the left. Utkatasana at the top of the mat. Trying to stay low in the knees, sinking those hips down, maybe even lifting the toes. Full breath in, full breath out. Weight comes into the right foot this time. You can either focus on the legs or at least start with them, lifting that left knee over the right, squeezing the thighs together, and then maybe adding left elbow under the right elbow, coming into your full eagle pose. Breath in, breath out. Strong in the belly. One more inhale and exhale. Breathe in to unravel, maybe lifting the left knee, and then exhale through to your fold. Take a moment, take those heels and feet out to hip width or mat width. Bend the knees deeply, maybe bring opposite hand to opposite elbow, and let the head go into your ragdoll. You've got a few other options, maybe going for a gorilla pose. You'll tuck the hands under the feet so the palms are up to the sky and the toes come up to the wrist creases. Then take a full breath in to extend everything, and then exhale to soften, bend the knees, let the head go. Feels nice on the wrists. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more wherever you are. Slowly beginning to release the feet or the hands. Toe healing back together to touch. We'll inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a fold, just rinsing out. And then slowly take about 2 full breaths to make your way to standing. Just stacking the spine. It's been through a lot. So nice and easy, coming up to that Tadasana Pose once again. Shoulders roll down the back. Palms are open by the side. Take a moment, reassess. Are you feeling a little better than you were when you were last here? A little bit more energized, a little bit more sweaty maybe if you're like me. Just take a moment. See what else you can let go of here while you're still on your own 2 feet. Breathe in. And then exhale, let it go. 1 more. Breath in. Breath out. Final vinyasa together. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale to fold any way you'd like. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale through a high to low push-up. Maybe the knees are down. Breath in, up dog or cobra. And then exhaling, downward facing dog. Hips lifted, heels sink. Take a breath in and then let it go. Inhale to lift that right foot just to hip height. And then as you exhale, bend that right knee, pull it all the way forward to the right wrist.
And then bring both knees down to the mat to set up for your half pigeon. Maybe keeping a pillow or something handy to bring along with you in this pose. It can be really nice to add support on the outer edge of that right hip, especially if you're having a hard time squaring the hips evenly to the mat. Or you might just take a breath in on long arms, opening the heart, and then exhale to fold yourself down, maybe adding that support under the forehead or the forearms, anywhere that you might need a few more inches of reach. But then settling in to a little stillness. If you haven't already added some music to your practice, now is a great time. Just really beginning to mellow things out. You should be feeling sensation in that right hip, but of course, never pushing it to the point of pain. If you get to that point, just gently lift yourself back up or roll onto that right side. Just breathing with it, breathing with it. Just 4 or 5 deep, conscious inhales and exhales. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. Slowly walking back up to your long arms and planting the palms. You'll just tuck those back toes and inhale to lift the right leg and unravel, maybe pedal it or shake it out. Just going to switch on to the other side as you're ready. Right toes will come to the mat. You'll breathe in to lift the left leg. And then exhaling, left knee comes all the way to the left wrist. Right toes walk back to lengthen that leg. And then making sure those hips are nice and square. Maybe checking in, seeing if you need support along the way. We'll take a full breath in to open the heart. And then exhaling, slowly bringing it to your own level of comfort. Maybe adding a pillow or block under the forearms or forehead. Breathing into it. Just conscious breath does so much for the body. You can imagine every inhale going directly to that left hip, rinsing it out, opening up space. And then the exhale carries away all the stress and staleness we store there over time. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. And gently make your way back to long arms. You're welcome to tuck the right toes and lift the left leg high, or you can just come onto the left hip and bring both legs out in front of you. Setting up for a last seated stretch. Toes are flexing towards the face, getting the full length of the legs on the mat, rooting evenly into those sits bones. We'll inhale the arms overhead, and then exhale to hinge forward, making it what you need it to be. You're welcome to wrap the fingers around the ankles or the feet and bring yourself a little deeper into the pose. If you're focusing on deepening, try to keep the heart pulling towards the feet rather than rounding the spine. You want to keep that chin lifted and focusing on as if there's a little button attached to your belly button and it's pulling on a string towards the feet. Otherwise, you can just let the palms go wide and let the weight of your body do the fold, and you can round into it with no tension. But take 2 full rounds of breath wherever you are. Did a lot of work on the low back. These folds, So nice to release the tension. Take a final breath in, and then slowly exhale. Make your way onto your back. Bringing the knees into the chest if you'd like, giving them the squeeze, maybe rolling side to side to massage the spine. And then the arms will go out to a T with the palms facing down, or you might cactus them with bending at the elbows and palms up if you have a little bit of a space restriction. And we'll take a breath in, and then as you exhale, roll onto the right hip, take the knees over to that side. Gaze turns towards the left arm, and you'll keep the shoulder blades evenly on the mat here. If you need a little bit less in this twist, you can bring a block or a blanket between the legs. And if you need a little bit more, that right hand can just come onto that left knee to add a little extra tension. Breathing in, breathing out. Take 2 more here. Using this twist to rinse out, just like a towel. As lovely of an image as that might be, it's very effective. Take 1 more inhale and exhale. Next breath in, the knees will come back to center. As you exhale, take them over to the left side, rolling onto that hip and turning the gaze to the right hand this time. Shoulder blades are still evenly on the mat. You've just switched out the legs and the head, really bringing the twist into the full length of the spine. We've got a cameo by Olaf here. Please just breathe into it as my dog greets the camera. This is Olaf. Take another inhale and exhale. Breath in, knees come back to center. You can give them another squeeze if you'd like. And then you can release the feet onto the mat at hip width distance. We're going to set up for our back bend. If you're not sure where the feet should be, you can bring them together and then toe heel them apart once. Heels working in close to the body. We'll root evenly into the feet, arms come long. We'll take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, press and lift the hips to the sky to come into your bridge pose. You're welcome to add a block under the low back at tallest or middle height for support here. Or maybe those palms are pressing into the mat behind the heels. And for an added variation, you can interlace the hands and tuck the length of the shoulder blades and arms underneath you. And then you press the arms down, and that'll help to lift the hips a little higher. Deep breath in, full breath out. Taking 3 or 4 more Buddha belly breaths here. Really exaggerating those inhales and exhales, using them to stretch through the front of the body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 or 2 more. And then slowly begin to unravel, lower the hips down. Knees will bend back towards the chest and hands will come to the outer edges of the feet. We'll stack the ankles over the knees, maybe using the elbows to press the knees a little wider. And then you'll pull down on the feet, really focusing on bringing as much of that spine to the mat as possible. Rooting down at center, working the lower spine and the tailbone towards the mat here in your dead bug. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more right here to inhale and exhale. Then if you'd like, you might slowly roll side to side into that happy baby. Slowly releasing the feet, bringing the soles together to touch on the mat. Knees will splay apart into a Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking a few moments, just let the knees go wide, let gravity take over the body. If this is too much on the low back, then the feet come wide on the mat and the knees will come together to touch, just sort of inverting the legs. But take a few moments here to just let go of anything else you're still holding on to. course, that's easier said than done. I know, especially these days, there's so much going through our minds. And now is the time to let it go. Know that so much is out of our control. Focus on what you can. And that means focusing on your body and taking care of yourself. So know that you've done an hour of goodness for yourself that you can carry with you. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now we've got 2 poses left. The first is going to be an inversion, and the second will be a heart opener. So if you don't have a prop handy, I might suggest that you find one quickly, because you could use the same prop for both of these poses. I'm actually going to grab this bolster pillow that I have handy here. For the first pose, we're going to find an inversion of supported shoulder stand. Of course, you can turn your hips to a wall if you have one nearby and take your legs up the wall. It'll be a wonderful benefit and very similar effects. Otherwise, you can bring the hips onto a block, a pillow, or a blanket of some kind, and then lift the feet overhead. Hips are supported. It's a nice little low back stretch. And then the legs come up, giving you all the benefits of an inversion without the stress on the neck or the spine. Palms can open wide alongside you, or you might take them overhead, either legs up the wall or hips on the block. You might roll out the ankles or splay the legs apart. Just play around with it. Make it feel nice. Excuse me. And know that you're getting a great rinse here, inverting, reversing the flow of blood, giving the heart a rest. So many wonderful benefits. Take 3 or 4 breaths. If you'd like, you might stay right here in your inversion if that feels nice. You can feel free to stay as long as you'd like. But if you'd like the extra heart opener, you can come into that as well. It's very simple. If you had that support handy, you're now going to move that to the shoulder blades. So you're going to place that support at the bottom of the shoulder blades, resting. This is a little bigger than I'm used to using, so I might need to adapt slightly. But you'll find that support across the shoulder blades so that the top of your head can come onto the mat behind you. If your head does not come all the way down, add something to get you there. You want a little bit of support so that you don't have all the weight of the head on the neck here. Those palms can come wide, or they might come across the belly. This is a supported fish pose. The legs can be out long ahead of you, or maybe you come back into those Supta Baddha Konasana legs if that feels nice on the spine. You can bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees splay apart. We've done a lot of hunching over computers and screens lately, or maybe if you're like me, you've been sitting on the couch a lot, and it does a lot for the spine, a lot of caving in towards the heart. So we want to take a few moments to invert that energy, give it a chance to open up through the front of the body. Opening across the heart, taking a few deep breaths here, just releasing, letting go. Maybe those legs are still up the wall, and that's just fine too. Anything that feels good. These last few minutes are all for you.
Taking at least 3 more breaths in that inversion or this heart opener. Maybe the biggest breaths you've had of your day. And of course, you're welcome to stay right where you are, or you might begin to make your way all the way to the mat, coming into your traditional Shavasana, taking up space, letting those palms open wide, the feet splay apart, just making contact with the length of the body and feeling your own strength and significance. Just soaking up these last few moments. Of course, if you have to go, you gotta go. But if you can take the time here to find this final quiet meditation, maybe put on your favorite song and just soak it up. We have about 1 minute left of Shavasana. If you're comfortable where you are, you can go ahead and stay right there for a few final moments of stillness. Otherwise, if you'd like, you can slowly roll onto the right side and come into the fetal position. I have a brief reading for you this evening. With courage, you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and the wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of all integrity. You can slowly begin to make your way to a seated position at the top of the mat. Eyes can stay closed for just a few more moments as the hands come to heart center for gratitude. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more inhale, the thumbs will come to the third eye. We'll open the heart. As we exhale, we'll bow and say namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me this evening. I hope you're staying safe and sound at home. And be sure to join us tomorrow for Chelsea's donation class for Humane Animal Rescue. And I'll see you again next week. Have a great night.